Engagement rates on Instagram are 15 times higher than Facebook and 20 times higher than Twitter. And 81% of people use Instagram to help research products and services with the intent to purchase. And if you're thinking that Instagram is just for B2C companies, think again. 36.2% of B2B decision makers use Instagram to research new products or services. You know that Instagram is a gold mine for gaining qualified followers and engagement that can convert to real customers or clients. But as a business owner, creating content on Instagram can often feel super overwhelming. Maybe you feel uninspired, or you're suffering from writer's block, or maybe you're just at a total loss of where to even start when it comes to Instagram content. If that sounds like you, keep watching, because today I'm sharing the 10-step blueprint to create fast, effective content for Instagram from scratch. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Brandy with LYFE Marketing, the digital marketing agency with a mission to help small businesses grow. Before we get started today, please go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of the business growing content we put out every single week. All right, so let's start by quickly breaking down the types of content that you can create on Instagram. You have feed posts, which are probably the most common. These can be images or videos up to 1 minute long, and you can have up to 10 of either in a feed post. You have Instagram stories, which only appear for 24 hours unless you save them to your highlights, which can be organized by topic. They will remain permanently visible in your highlights unless you choose to delete them from your highlights. 50% of people have visited a website to make a purchase after seeing a product or service in stories. So this is definitely something that you'll want to include in your Instagram content creation. Next, you have Reels, which are the latest content type. Reels are short, entertaining videos on Instagram where you can express your creativity and bring your brand to life. People come to Reels to participate in cultural trends, collaborate with the community, and discover new ideas. They can be up to 1 minute long, they automatically loop, and they are booming in organic reach as the newest content type. I made a thorough introductory video on Reels, so if you want to learn everything you need to know about them starting out, go watch that next. The next content type we have are IGTVs. These are long-form videos that can be up to 1 hour long. Then we have Instagram Lives, which are only visible in real time when they are being filmed, unless you save them and publish them as an IGTV. And then lastly, we have Guides, which Instagram says are a way to more easily discover recommendations, tips, and other content from your favorite creators, public figures, organizations, and publishers on Instagram. Instagram Guides are curated lists of places, products, or posts, and this is an example of how this small business artist is using guides. Okay, so now let's talk about the 10 steps you can take to create Instagram content, even if you have no idea where to start. Step 1 is to figure out what your audience finds valuable as it relates to your product or service and industry by making a list of their pain points and goals. I've talked about this in a lot of videos, but if you're new here, I will quickly say that you need to make content for your target market, not just about your company. So as opposed to writing about how great your company is or how you're the best at XYZ, you instead need to address your audience's needs by providing a solution to a problem they may have or a goal that they want to achieve. And the implication is that your product or service is the solution. So instead of just using your Instagram post to sell, you're taking the stance of actually caring about your audience and proving you want to help them by providing value to them. This is what catches their attention to actually stop and read your post, and it lays the foundation for brand consumer trust and brand recall. If you need help making a list of your audience's pain points and goals, watch my Digital Marketing for Beginners video, and that will help you get started there. Step 2 is to conduct a competitor analysis. Look at what they're posting on Instagram and make note of what is getting a lot of engagement from your shared target market and what isn't. You want to start by looking at any of your direct competitors that are on Instagram, and then also look at interest accounts that may share your audience. For example, let's say that you sell ice skates and you look at the content and engagement from an account called Figure Skating Tips that shares tips for skaters to perfect their jumps and spins. The account isn't competing with you in that they are not also selling ice skates, but it would be good research to see what topics of theirs get a lot of attention, since your sought after target market is likely to be following and engaging with their content as well. You want to make note of 3 things when conducting your competitor analysis. Number 1, the topics they're talking about. Number 2, the copy or verbiage and how they're addressing them. And number 3, the creatives they're using. We'll touch more on how you'll utilize all of this information in a minute, but first, here is a quick message from Sherman.
Hey, we just helped a small business make over $1.5 million through Facebook advertising. And after managing millions of dollars in ad spend for thousands of different small businesses, we have decided to give away everything we learned to you in a special program. If you want to learn the blueprint to success, the best practices from some of the fastest growing companies in the world, and all of the different tools you will need, then sign up for our social ads training program today.
All right, step 3 is to make a topic map based on the information you've compiled so far. We usually suggest making a topic map of 5 main topics that you can break down into subtopics if necessary. But start by writing down 5 main things you think your audience would find valuable to see posts about from you on Instagram based on the research you've performed thus far. These will be the topics you start your content creation around, and they'll also be handy to refer back to anytime you feel stuck or get writer's block in the future. Step 4 is to outline your content for the next month. We usually do this in a Google Doc for our clients, but you can physically write it down on a big desk calendar or however you want to do it. You just want to start pulling from the list of topics you've written down and transfer them to a date on a calendar so you can start forming a plan of posting about topic A on this date, topic B on this date, and so on. Step 5 is to do a quick Google search of upcoming holidays. In addition to obvious holidays like Christmas, there are tons of national and international holidays out there like National Coffee Day, National Authors Day, etc. Go through all of the holidays for the upcoming month and see if there are any out there that are related to your industry, product, or service. And if so, plug that into your content calendar so that you know to post about that on that date. Once you've got a working calendar of topics you want to post about and when, step 6 is to determine the content type you want to use to post about them, because this will determine how steps 7 and 8 go with copy and creative creation. Do you have a lot of frequently asked questions you want to answer and put out there as a resource for your audience? If so, an Instagram Live that you save as an IGTV would be a great way to do that. Maybe you want to share a how-to of something, but it's easier to show your audience than to explain it. A 15 to 60 second reel would be the perfect way to share that. Or maybe a good old feed post is all that's needed for what you're doing. Either way, go ahead and determine which content type you want to use and jot that down in your calendar for each day. All right, now step 7 is to create the copy for your posts. Everything you've done so far has set you up so that you know what you want to post about on which days. Now you just need to create the posts. So the easiest way, in my opinion, is to start with the captions. Depending on the content types you're using, the way you write your copies will vary a little from day to day. For instance, Reels usually don't need extensive copies because the majority of people are just watching the video and not even reading the caption. Stories don't have a separate space for captions, but you can write text on the image or video. Depending on your industry, feed posts actually can see greater engagement with longer, more in-depth captions. So the format of your copies will vary, but what should stay the same throughout is that they remain audience-oriented. Remember what we said at the beginning. Your Instagram post should be about and for your target market, not you. All right, now step 8 is where a lot of business owners get stumped, and that's to make your creatives. Whether you're just using a single static image, or you're about to embark on making your first reel or IGTV, or you're nervous about launching your first live, creatives can often be what stop business owners in their tracks. Lucky for you, our channel is entirely dedicated to providing resources for small business owners like you. So I'm going to put links in the description to all the videos we have that will help you get started with making your own creatives. I will also link Jelly's entire graphic design playlist, which shows you how to use free programs like Canva to make attention-grabbing graphics and videos. But in addition to learning how to make your creatives, the important thing to remember when making them is again to be audience-oriented. The same rules that apply to copy also apply to what's being said verbally in your videos or via text on your creatives. So think back to what creatives perform best in your competitor analysis research. Instagram is specifically more of a visual platform than almost all the other social media platforms, so the creatives are that much more important. Some industries, like the fashion or beauty industry, for example, often pay attention not just to individual posts, but also to how the post will collectively look in the feed. These are things you'll want to think about as you create your visuals. All right, step number 9 is to figure out your hashtags. Karan has a whole video on how to use Instagram hashtags, and in my How to Gain Instagram Followers video, I show you how to use hashtags and keywords together for extended reach. So I'll link those 2 videos for you to watch next. But for the sake of this video, I just want to point out that hashtags are still relevant and should very much be included in your posts. If it's a feed post, you can use up to 30 hashtags, and you may want to put them in the first comment as opposed to your actual caption space for aesthetics. For stories, you can put hashtags directly on the creative, and if they don't look appealing, you can always cover them up with a GIF or a GIF or a sticker. But regardless of content type, the key with hashtags is to do these 3 things. Switch them up so that you're not using the exact same set every day, or else Instagram will lower your reach for that because they'll read it as spammy. Do your research to choose hashtags of varying sizes to get big reach and targeted reach, and make the hashtags relevant to your post. All right, and then finally, step 10 is to schedule all of your posts. There are several social media scheduling softwares out there to choose from, including the free one Facebook offers from the convenience of your Facebook page, which I show you how to utilize in my Facebook Publishing Tools video. Some things, however, cannot be scheduled in advance, such as stories, reels, etc. So I would advise that you schedule what you can in advance and make note of what has to be published in real time. All right, so that's how you can go from having nothing to having a full content calendar for your Instagram. Have any questions? Want to bounce some ideas off of me? Leave a comment for me down below and I will chat with you there. Otherwise, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell before you go, and I will see you in the next episode.